Hello everyone, how are you? Getting ready to have a little play. Just give everyone a minute to join, plus I get myself organised. And that way you can tell me if you can't see me, can't hear me before I get started. I hope you've all had a really good day. I've been doing a little bit of scrapping, a little bit of tidying up, staying out of the wet weather here. Hey Judy, hey Fee, hey Marilyn, hey Annette, hey Karen. Oh, you're all here. I'm chicken too, Karen, but I'm here. Hey Donna. Hi Diane. Oh, good morning to the Netherlands. It's evening here, so it's lovely to have you join us. Hey, Leanne. I know, Annette, that really sucks for you guys. I can feel your pain. Having just come out of one, now you're in it. But it's better to do that than the alternative. Hey, Tanya. Oh, alrighty. Well, there's a few of you here, so maybe I should do something. I'm going to wing it tonight, like most times when I'm scrapping. I'm not a confident art journaler, but I'm trying to get better. My main forte is scrapbooking. So, yeah, hopefully I can make a decent art journal for you to watch tonight. So I've already, as you can see, my page is a little bit wet. So I'm going to just give that a little bit of a dry just quickly. So hopefully it doesn't blow you all away, and then we can get started with some elements, and I'll show you what I'm thinking of using. So hopefully it's not too loud. Oh, really, Annette? Oh. Still, I still think they're good to get on top of it. Absolutely, Vicky. Thanks for joining me. It's a little bit exciting. So I just thought I wouldn't bore you with you watching me pre-gesso my page. It's a little bit boring. So I thought I'll just pre-gesso, but then I ran out of time to dry it. So apologies for that. So I'll just go through some what I'm going to use. It's a bit of a mishmash of items I chose. Whoops. That's not a good start. All right. Pick that up. Okay. So I'm going to use a bit of product from a few different collections. Not that. So what have we got? I'm also going to add a little bit of sew embellishment papers. So of those that don't know me, I also have my own little side hustle. Sew embellishment. I think Michelle and the girls have put up links and bits and pieces in the past, but so I'm using my stuff along with the awesome images from Michelle's store and what the girls have created in the shops as well. So I'm going to go a little bit steampunk. Steampunk is very much my vibe at the moment. I love steampunk, but I wanted to add a little bit of pretty as well. So it's going to, yeah, hopefully it will all, I've got it in my head, now I've just got to translate it here. So this piece I've printed on 300 GSM card. I'm going to use a couple of wings, and this is from the Wings and Things or the add-ons or fodder album, so you can get that in the shop. So I'm going to use some of that. This one here is from the Gorgeous Karen's collection, which is from her Fleur pack. So I'm going to use a couple. This is where the pretty elements will come into. I might only use a couple of flowers from it, but I want the option to have it. Hey, Jason. You're funny. And I'm going to use a couple of dragonflies because it's not steampunk without a little bit of dragonflies. So I'm going to do a little bit of that. That one there is also from the Wings and Things collection. Whoop, there's my other die cuts. Now, something I haven't really ventured into, and I'm going to be game tonight, is use one of the gorgeous faces that are available in the shop. And this one is from the Shadows collection. So I'm a little nervous because I really don't draw and paint and do all that loveliness, but I want to do something kind of awesome with her. I'm going to grunge her up a little bit, make her pretty but still steampunky. So we're going to use her. I think the Shadow album or collection was a little while ago, but it's definitely available in the shop. And then I'm going to just use a couple of different tissue papers that I've got in my stash that are from Sew Embellishment. From my most recent pack, I'm going to use some cut apart elements from my Revolution kit, which is still available. Classes start next weekend, so you won't make it to the first class, but if you are interested, there's a couple more classes. You can always message me if you're interested. And again, a couple of more elements from that same collection. So a bit of a mix of elements. We'll keep those ones there first because we're going to play with that first. Whew, take a breath. Who's here? Lots of people. Hey, Tanya. You've just had an amazing time away. Jason, you're on holiday. Or you're just having a week off. Or you're actually off. That's awesome. I loved seeing your photos, Tanya. I was showing my hubby and I'm like, we need to go there. That looks amazing. So we've just got a little issue called borders. What do I need? So I pre-gessoed because I always like to have that little bit of a crisper, fresh, rather than just the, because I mean it's not a bad color, but it's just that little bit yellow, and I just feel that if I put my images and my rice papers on there, then it'll be a bit truer color. So I think we're going to start with that. So let's do this. Just got to think about how I want to lay it out and how I know what I've got to do first. Then I'll know everything else. Oh, Susan, I feel for you. I don't know how you guys in New South Wales are all coping. All right, I'm going to be really brave here. I'm going to try and cut her out. Wish me luck. Just talk amongst yourselves until I'm done. So I'm just going to cut her out. We're not going to see all of her anyway, so I'll be able to hide a little bit, I think. She's got such a awesome looking face. I just want to do it justice. And when I get a little bit of this done, I will zoom into my page a little bit more, I think. "12 days off, that's nice, Jace. You won't know yourself. Think of all the time. Are you going away? Because if you're not, imagine all the time you'd have to play." That's what I always think. If there's a holiday or something, it's like, oh, I get to play. Sorry, I can't seem to cut and talk at the same time. Well, that didn't turn out too badly. I don't think I've ruined her yet. So that's cool. Thanks, Vicky, for putting all the links up. That's awesome. So she's gonna, I'm working in my 8x8 tonight. I'm gonna actually bring her out a little bit, I think. I'm gonna just see what this looks like before I do anything. Okay. I think I have a little idea. Apologies if I don't see you say hello. I'll try and have a little look-see when I can. Sometimes my multitasking skills don't work very well. So I'm using a tissue paper from my grunge pack and a sheet from my quaint antiquity collections. So there's a couple there. And I haven't actually had a chance to play with these two just yet, so it's kind of fun to be able to play. She does. I agree, Fee. I don't know who it is. All right. That there looks pretty good. And I think I'll just drag in this as well. So yes, I'm a scrapbooker that's sort of only really ventured into art journaling maybe the past, it wouldn't even be 2 years yet. So the world of art journaling is still quite new to me. And I get quite nervous art journaling, but at the same time I really quite enjoy it. Alright, I reckon I need another little bit. So I want to try and make sure that I honour some white space as well. So I want to try and keep it restrained as much as possible because I can go a little bit woohoo all over, and that's not good either. Okay, I need to take that edge off. Can't have an edge. And I'll try and slow down. So I always feel like I have to be quick. But I don't have to. I've heard that, Tanya. I know, but I still kind of really love, I love the mixed media I'm achieving in my scrapbooking. So I think with the mixed media from my scrapbooking and a little bit of art journaling, I'm hoping that I can combine the two. So in a way, my brain's still processing my layering and everything like I would a scrapbooker. So I hope it works all right. So far, so good. People seem to, for classes and stuff, seem to enjoy it. So I'm hoping it will be okay. Alrighty, let's glue these ones down so I know where they are. So I'm grabbing some matte medium. So I started playing with some of the dolls. Hey Laurie, no worries. Not a worry. Thank you for popping in. Alright, let's start with our first one. I watch lots of the YouTubes of a lot of you girls here, and it's very inspiring. I have to, sorry if I don't answer you straight away. It's that old eyes down, bum up feeling at the minute. Usually I like to just tear my rice paper and place it down in a more unstructured way, but I really wanted to just try something a bit different tonight and just be a bit more restrained. So hopefully that works. Beautiful. She sits nicely there. That's it. And it is very freeing, but very scary. I think it's the freedom that scares me a little, because I'm not used to that. Because with scrapbooking and card making, you're limited to, you know, how much medium you'll use and so forth. So, but it is very cool. And I've decided to print our lady, or our girl, on 300 GSM cardstock tonight. I'm not, I am a big dimension person, and I know that doesn't always sit very well in art journals, but I'm going to make it work. Thanks for stopping in, Tanya. Appreciate it. Alrighty, she looks nice. Done. I'm happy with that. Oh, I get you now. We're saying goodbye to Laurie. See you, Laurie. Thank you for popping in. Hey, Michelle. So this image is from the Shadow collection in Michelle's shop, which I think Vicky's put up some links for you, so which is awesome. So now I'm gonna have a little play over here. So I'm gonna sort of replicate something similar as I've done here, but this time over here. In fact, I'm kind of really liking this shape right here. So I might just trim it down a little bit. So I'm thinking, but I'm going to just trim it down just a smidge. But follow that same similar pattern that it naturally created, I think. Which I think I like because it's enough white space that I can still play. So now I'm going to keep that one like that. So we're going to glue that one down. Thanks, Michelle. Yes, from the Shadows Art Image Pack. That's it. Thanks, Karen. I haven't used this particular tissue yet. Oh, and that didn't go down very well. Let's try that again. Can't see the top of my page. That's better. Now we're on. Hopefully. Oh, nearly out of. Okay. That's cool. Now where is this one here? Okay. Feel free to ask me anything and I'll choose to answer it. Or I'll see if I can answer it. Okay. So what's everyone been up to? Anyone been up to anything exciting? I know with lockdowns it's hard to do anything really all that exciting. I found lockdown this time a bit hard. The kids love it. They don't have to go to school. They actually were really happy to go back and with masks this time. And I must admit there was a little bit of me that was happy that they had to wear masks too. I just think it's sensible. Have you had much more snow, Karen? That was awesome. I want to see snow like that. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that, I think, for the minute. Just going to sit on that, I think, just let it do its thing for a few minutes and then I'll come back to it. So I'm going to just give it a very, very quick dry, just so that then I can continue. So please, please apologise if it's too loud. We have Vicky. We've been living her holiday with her. Has anything started to improve in New South Wales? I've not watched any news today, so I'm a bit out of the loop. I heard that there was the lockdown in Queensland, but yes, Vicky, Fiona's looks so good too. it's good when everybody holidays places because then it helps me put things on the list as well. Okay, now I just want to stop for a minute, just think of what I want to do next. I think I'm going to look at some stamping. So, I think I'm going to use this big one here. This is an All and Create, I think. It's a very big stamp though. Very big. But it's pretty darn awesome. Let's move that over here. Get some ink on it. I don't use stamping blocks very often, as you can tell. And hopefully this had enough ink that it will put a decent amount of stamping. I don't care if it's not perfect. But it's pretty good. I like that. No, I know. I know I don't have to use it all, but I really wanted one there. Exactly. What are stamping blocks? I do love that there. Cool. We'll be probably doing a fair bit of stamping and inking, so I'll probably revisit with that one while I get some colour next, I think. Just wanted to sort of get an idea of where I want to place things. Alrighty, just going to dry that stamp quick. Alright, so tonight's colour choices. I have decided I did a live, when did I do my live? Last Friday on the Sew Embellishment channel, and I thought I had lots of fun playing with the distress crayons, so I thought I might as well play with them again, seeing as I'm trying out some different stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move my die cuts, because I am sitting everything on top of myself. And I'm actually going to just work on the mat next to me, I think. So this is my colour palette. I don't want to have too much of this one, because that scares me a bit. And I'm also going to have a little bit of the browns in the Distress Oxides. So, first of all, I'm going to go in with the orange, I think. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the side here. And then I am going to, oh, excuse me, activate it. I must be getting hungry. And I need just a little brush, this one. So this will be just sort of like a bit of a watercolor effect, and I'm just going to go around the edges a little. I don't want to add too much color or of this particular colour, because it can be a bit muddy looking, but I am gonna just add a little bit of water so that it moves a bit more. So I'm just dotting the colour on, as you can see, just to create. I don't want lots of colour in here at the moment, so I'm just trying to track that in here. And let that ooze over and under her. Just that's cool, because that darkens that onto that a little bit more. So this will then also help me work out where I want my stamping to go later as well. So because, oh, that was a dirty finger. So because I had pre-gessoed, it also allowed me to really, it's like I'm going to do a steampunk, but I'm also going to really pare it back. Fee, I don't know, because I haven't used Neo colours, so maybe one of the other ladies will be able to answer that question. And hello, Michelle. You found me. Yeah, I'm not so familiar with the Neo colours. I haven't played with them. What colour do we use this one? I know they're fun. I tend to, when I play steampunk, tend to use teal a lot. So tonight I really wanted to embrace the greens and the oranges. Thanks, Tanya. I like the fact that I can use this like a watercolor basically, as well as you can use it like a waxy crayon. And I kind of love the way that they play like that, which is why I use them. And that's why I think I like using the Distress oxides so much as well, because they allow me to use it like watercolor, which I'm not very confident with, but I just sort of like to play with the colors. So yeah, we're all a bit different. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Might go in with our green now. So this one's peeled paint color. Oh, that's so nice. I like that. It's one of my favorites. So I won't water it down quite as much, just so it doesn't lose too much of its pigment. And I'll just go over the actual green just to sort of bring it down a little bit. I like how I can paint round my image because it's on the 300 GSM. It allows the paint just to sort of seep into the rice paper a little more. Which is cute. Not on her chin. I might just have to turn my book. She does look really calm, doesn't she? I thought that too. I'm like, oh, she doesn't mind what I'm doing to her. So I'm just going to soften that a little, just so it doesn't have that line, but it's just got that shadow effect around her. So I'm just using up the rest of this colour just to add little pops of colour. Not too worried about it at the moment, because I'm going to use the darker green as well over this side. Oh, you know, it's so funny. I was saying the other day that the distress crayons have been around for so long, and I've only really recently dived into the world of distress crayons. It's so funny how things sort of cycle round all the time, don't they? It's kind of cool though how that happens. Can you all see all right? Do you want me to bring it in a little bit? You happy? Just going to put some green here. Just dot this in while I've got it. And a little bit of water just so it spreads a bit easier. I like this colour too. Alrighty. Well, I just treated myself to, I think, all of them. Or a big chunk of them anyway. I wanted to just get away from just using the oxides all the time, because I don't use any other inks but oxides. I just love them so much. They are super, super versatile. So I do, yeah, I do want to just break away a little bit. Yet it was like, I knew that Tim's stuff works pretty good, so I knew I would be able to adjust to playing with them. Oh, yes, the scribble sticks are just as bad, Michelle. I'm a bit addicted to them as well. Yep, I hear you. I wanted just to try something, which I haven't done. I don't know if it would work, so I'm going to try it on a bit of paper. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to rub some of the crayon over my stamp. It stamps really nicely. Oh, I like that. That's a bit cool. So this is the blue. I'm using Chip Sapphire at the moment. Wow, game changer. That's cool. Love it. The only thing is, I guess as soon as I add a wet medium though, it will activate. Alrighty. It's funny, we're all different, aren't we? We all like different stuff. It's good. Just as well they have lots and lots of options out there. I am going to just clean my hands, so I've got clean hands not to touch anything I shouldn't, because that blue did go all over my hands. Alrighty. Let's pop the lid on that. I'm just going to grab my oh, what did I do? Oh, here it is. It's already out. Blending tool. Yes, I need to do that, Karen. I really do. I do love that look too. I wanted to just, it did leave a lot, of colour on the actual stamp, so I probably could have like kept going, but that's okay. So now I'm using Vintage Photo in the Oxide, and I'm just going to now go round my border because there's a little bit too much starkness on the edges for me. So if I bring this out, I can just rub that in a bit more. Careful not to get her head. Don't want her head to get it. I don't mind the bottom here doing it. I'm hoping this is translating what I'm thinking in my head. So far, so good. It's nice to be playing with more oranges and greens than, like I was saying before, I usually always opt for the teals. So it's nice to try a little bit of different colour. I'm now going to be super brave, and I'm going to grab this red. Let's see what this does. I need to move my stuff out of the way. I'm just going to drag it along my border and then just smudge it in. And just to give it that orange, and I'm a bit scared of red. Don't want it to look like I've killed someone. My nails. I didn't even think of that, Michelle. No. I hadn't even thought of that as an inspiration. It's always the way, though. I get them done and then I'm like, oh, they kind of do look similar. Not using purple tonight, though. That's on my thumbs. So I'm not going for the purple. Oh, thanks, girls, for answering the questions for me. That's actually, I really like that on there. Alrighty. Clean my fingers again. Alrighty. I'm thinking I might get some elements ready now. So I'm going to just move my page. Let it really, really dry because it's not fully dry. And I'm just going to eat a piece of bacon while I'm talking. Bacon. So, oh my goodness, this bacon is really good. Only thing is I can't talk and eat bacon. And they can all hear me eating it. So, gonna use a Dragonfly from these wings. I hope you're all eating something too, so you don't have to hear me with my full mouth. Oh, Vietnamese pho. That sounds yummy. Did you make it, or did someone at home make it, Annette? Oh, that sounds so delicious. Ah, very good job, Seb. That's the trouble with living in a small country town. We have a few little restaurants that we can try, but they don't have the wide variety. We have an awesome Indian restaurant up here. They make really good Indian. Surprise, surprise. But they are really good. And the pubs always serve good grub, so you can count on good schnitzel and chips and pizzas and stuff like that. So that's always cool. Which then means that you need to have a drink. So what's everyone drinking? What night are we? Saturday night. Yeah, you've got to be having something. Yeah, and July's almost finished, so goodbye dry July. A coffee, Karen. And Sandy, yes, country pubs always do seem to always taste the best. I don't know why, they just do. Even when it's not your own country pub, someone else's. It's always good grub. This dragonfly is so cool. I don't know if you can see it, but when I was cutting him out, his face looks like a little ginger cat. Can you see that? Or is that too close? It looks like a little ginger cat. His face with his whiskers. Maybe it's just me, and I'm not drinking. I may have just made the camera go out of focus doing that. So we've got that guy, a Moscato and a white wine. Nice. Very nice. I'm going to cut 2 of these decent sized flowers out here from the Fleur collection. I have been waiting to use these, and I thought, that's it. Going to use them on this. No, no, it's all good. I thought it had just gone blurry, but it's all gone back. All good. Sorry. No dinner? Oh, that's a bit not fair, Vicky. At least you got Bacardi with you. Magnolias, thanks Karen. They're so pretty. Hopefully I'll make them suit a little bit of steampunk. Hey Jamie. Thanks for coming. We're talking, what are we talking? Pub grub and alcohol. No, we're not. We were. Alright, I think we need 2. I usually work in 3, so I might cut a small one out as well. You have to put up with watching me fussy cut. And while I'm fussy cutting, I'm trying to think what colours I can paint these in to go with that steampunk vibe. So they won't be true magnolia colours, and they won't be still magnolias. I think they might. I think they might have a little bit of a silver hit to them. Now, I think I will get one more on the smaller scale. And then I've got all those lovely ones there to use on other layouts. Rusty orange, what are we talking about? Oh, the colour. I was reading about what people are drinking and I'm thinking, what kind of cocktail is a rusty orange? Yes, Karen, a rusty orange would be a great colour. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's so funny. Thanks, Jamie. I only got them done yesterday. So it's nice to have fresh nails because I missed out with our lockdown. It fell right on my nail appointment and it was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So she squeezed me in where she could. Because it's happened to me, what's this? This is our 3rd. So it's happened every time. It's just funny. Just timing. Don't want to collect them. Alright, now I'm just going to grab my book again. And I want to see what size. I think I want to use this big one here. And then I might cut a smaller one as well, just in case. There's 2 there. These ones might take a bit more time to cut. It's just... Oh, I know. It's those sorts of things that make lockdown unbearable when our hair and our nails can't get done. But, you know, better to have no nails and grey hair than COVID, I think. But, yeah, you're all too young. You wouldn't have grey hair anyway. It's only me that has grey hair. Oh, that sucks, Michelle. Yeah, we know a few people in quarantine and it's not fun. Another 4 to go. Yeah, it's a long time. When we had our when it all broke out last year, the first big one, my hubby learned very quickly how to cut hair, and he cut my hair for me. I've been cutting their hair for forever, but when it was mine, it was like, oh, I can't go to a hairdresser. So he said, I can cut it. And he did all right. So So I wore scarves a lot over my head. No, I didn't. And I colour my own hair. "10 weeks. Yeah, it's a long time, isn't it? You can kind of bear it when you know it's only going to be a short lockdown. And you're like, oh, we can get by. That'll be fine. Then when it starts to go longer, like you poor New South Wales people, then it's like you just kind of long for it, don't you? Makes you feel good about yourself too. That's so true, Vicky. At least staying home, no one can see you. Could be why you're not seeing my face today too. I think that size suits well. Where's my other one? Oh, that is the smaller one. Maybe the bigger one will be good. I might use 2. Have you got long hair? I've got short hair, so it needs to always, every few weeks it feels like it needs a new trim. I did say I'd shave my head, but none of my boys really thought that was a cool idea. They didn't want me with shaved head. It's always fun watching somebody cut, isn't it? What's Gladys? I don't know that. Is that a coffee shop? Oh, shoulder length's pretty good. You can deal with that. You can kind of let it grow a bit and then you can tie it back if you have to. That's pretty cool. Oh! It's Gladys. Oh, I'm such a twit. I must be tired or something tonight. My brain's not working. Oh, dear. Yeah, now I get you. Don't mind me. I'll just sit here and fussy cut. Obviously, I'm not thinking politics at the moment, but now I got you. It's funny. It's because when I'm looking down and then looking up, I'm only getting part conversation. Oh, that's so funny. Feel a bit stupid. At least it gave you something to laugh at. I need a drum. Ba-boom, ching. Too funny. Yes. All right, let's add some colour to these little pieces. Let me just cut out maybe. While I'm fussy cutting, might as well cut out a couple more elements. Always those people that break the rules. Obviously, I'm not a rule breaker. Oh, I'm still laughing at myself. What a twit. I think it's because Jimmy Reese didn't say it, so I wasn't thinking who that was. I only rely on Jimmy Reese to give me all the COVID updates. Yeah, he's very funny. I actually found in lockdown last week I was looking forward to his updates so that we could have a little chuckle. I actually like everything he puts out. It's very witty. It's my comedy routine. Didn't you know I was part-time comedian as well? Oh dear. Too funny. Yeah, it's because everyone's home. Internet slows down. Oh, don't want the scissors to get stuck there. She could well be, Jamie. Absolutely. It's like, show me calm and serenity. Alrighty. I think this one down here, and then that might be it for the fussy cutting. Oh no, I know what else I'd like. I think I'm going to cut out some clocks. No worries, Sandy. Enjoy Netflix. Makes me think, what will I watch later now? Saturday night's always good sitting down and watching TV time. How about a moon? It's not very steampunk. I don't know if a moon would go with this. That would be hilarious though. Emma, she adds moons to everything. Keen to know what brand that I'm cutting out, or sorry, I missed that. The 300 GSM. I can't remember what brand it is. It could well be, Karen. It's called Pro Design. And it's really nice because it's a matte finish. It's got no shine to it. Like it's very matte. So it's very, very nice to print with. Yes, I print it myself. Yep, I do all my own. So this collection that I'm cutting from is from my Sew Embellishment website. So and these are in the latest kit that we're going to play with next month. Well, from next week it is. So yes, Pro Design from Officeworks. Not everywhere has it. Sometimes it's hard to get my hands on, but yeah, from Officeworks. Okay, it's still a little damp, so I'll come back. Colour in some of these elements. No. Alrighty. Colour. Maybe I'm going to use them. I think I'm going to use oxides. That one's a bit bright. Might go a little bit of wild honey. Thanks, Vicky. I don't want to do them. Or them just at the minute. I'm just going to... So I'm going to start with wild honey in the Distress Oxides, and then I'm going to add a little bit of a brown, probably frayed burlap. It is. You're right. Sounds delicious. Link Ninja. Such a good name. Just get two of these out so I don't have to keep swapping them over. A wild honey whiskey. Sounds like, oh, wrong colour. No wonder it's not working. Sounds like something you'd have when it's really cold and wet. Oh, I like how grungy they're looking. So the thing with Distress Oxides is it does dull the definition of the pictures, but in this case I don't mind because I want them to look distressed and old and, yeah, steampunky. Now I want to add a little bit of the colours that we used on our background page for the wings. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the side here. Okay, that's a bit cool. Can you see what I'm doing all right? Yeah, I could. I could, Jamie, absolutely, but probably not tonight. Ooh, that's so cool. I like it. Ah, I fall in love with the distress crayon. I'm only like, what, 10 years late? Better late than never. It's very therapeutic too. And obviously, again, I'm colouring in, so I can't talk and paint, because finger painting takes so much skill. Okay, that's cool. There's a bit of, I might have to use my brush for these little bits. These don't act like gelatos, Jamie. These are, oh, these are nice. I didn't like gelatos either, and I think that's why I was a bit put off using them, because of that reason. But no, these do not work like gelatos at all. These are much better. All right, and I think this is where I'm going to introduce a bit of that rusty red in around the mechanics of these wings. Yeah. Clean that up. I love that a little goes such a long way too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put 2 colours here and muddy it up a little bit. I have tried the Vicky Bouton crayons. I love them too. So I'm just going to bring in a little bit of that red there, just so that I've got. So this is just plain cardstock. I haven't primed it with anything. And it is just on my inkjet, not laser. So you too could have this much fun. Alrighty. I like that. Now I'll do the little one. Need just a little more squirt of water. I haven't, if you can see on the screen, there's a little bit of a lump there, but it breaks down straight away. As soon as it's got a bit of water activated, it just broke down. So you don't get big lumps. I know what you mean. They were a bit nasty for that. The only gelato I think I still own is a black. So, but in saying that, it's hidden somewhere. I don't really use it. Not when there's a lot of other stuff to play with. Okay, they look kind of cool. And I'm just going to bring back the green, just because there's a couple of feathers that need some colour. And I'm just going to go in the centres here. And I like that I can still do light and shade as well with it, so you can get all the two-toned effects, which is really cool. Alright, they're done. Now my little dragonfly. Now he's going to have some blue, because he's a dragonfly. So you can see it's a little bit chunky when I've just rubbed it on the mat, but as soon as I activate it, those dissolve straight away. It's very, see, you can see I can just push it with my brush and it dissolves, which is very, very cool. Yep, there it goes. There's a lot of pigment in that. So I'm using my brush for this one, and I don't worry about the lines. The more you paint outside the lines, the better. But you can see that they're really pigmented, which is really nice. And I think that's the nice thing about these, is because they're water soluble, you can, you know, dissolve any lumps or anything that frustrates you, and you can always dab things away as well. Yeah, the mats are awesome. He's a very clever man, that Tim. I've got the new prize. I haven't actually used it, but it would almost go with tonight's colours. This colour here is very similar, so it would complement it very well. Okay. Just going to add a little bit more of this red. Yes, he is a creative genius. It's a good way of putting it. This is a very nice dragonfly. So if you haven't already, I would recommend getting yourself some of these wings. They're very cool. Wings and insects. Just concentrating. Sorry, I'm not talking. And they dry nice and quick too. So you don't have to wait forever for them to dry. That's what I've noticed today. Pretty. Just get the edges a little bit, because when I fussy cut, I tend to leave a little bit of a white border. So I'll just add a little bit of colour to that. Alrighty, that's looking pretty. Cool. I'm just going to bring my image in again, just so that I can see how the colours are going to play. And they look like they're going to match nicely. So now I've got to get some cogs going. I've got my clocks, so we'll paint them. Now normally we don't really want to layer too much in our art journal, but I am. So I'm just going to get some chippy, and that I didn't get out, so just maybe I did get it out. No. Can't find my chippy. That's all right, I've got plenty more. I've just got to rummage. Just talk amongst yourself for a minute. There it is. Hooray, hooray. Okay. Probably find them afterwards. Okay, now let's think. I'm gonna, actually, I am going to wax these. So I'm going to paint them all black. Here's my black. So I'm going to grab my black gesso and I'm going to paint these all black. So I'm going to keep them in the chipboard, let's call it a sleeve. I'm not going to pop them all out. So much easier to grab the colour on them this way. And I'm not a fussy painter, so I just want it to cover basically the tops because I will add some waxes to them. This is where the scrapbooking in me comes out because I've got to use all my products when I do a creation. Alright, so from here, it's pretty good coverage of paint. So before it dries, I'll just pop them all out. Because sometimes when I've painted them and just left them to dry, they stick back in there. And that's no good. So these are Too Crafty chipboard pieces. I'm on their design team and they have awesome chipboard. And we're gonna, probably didn't need to paint all of them, but then we might have needed to use all of them. You never know. Okay, so now they're out. I can just touch up any that need it. Pretty good. That'll do. So very quick, very quick coating of black gesso. Where is my lid to this guy? Over here. Yes, the Prima waxes, the ones that smell delicious. Sorry about the heat gun noise. I'm impatient, want the drying to happen fast. Clean my hands again, because now I've got black all over them. And I've got glue on me. It's all good stuff. Okay. It's a little bit better. It's only going to get messier now we add wax. So, let's go. Ooh, what colour wax shall we use? Copper and not that one. little bit of Firebird would be pretty cool with the copper. Where's my silver? Here it is. Let's use them to start with. Okay. So I'm going to use the Firebird first because it's so bright, and then we can tone it down with the silver if we need to. So just going to rub that on. Oh, I love wax. Man, that's so cool. Love it. You can see that. Just let it focus maybe. Ooh, shimmery. So I might just do 3 with the Firebird. And then working in 3s. So you can see, because sometimes the copper and the Firebird, I always think, they're a bit the same, but you can see they're not. They're very, they're very different. One's very orange and one's coppery. Funny that. But what is great about them is that they work really well together. So now that one's got the Firebird and the copper, you get that real awesome two-toned effect that complement each other really, really well. And then when you add silver, well, that changes it all again. And I found that with the waxes, they really, well, they just make steampunk easy. They really make steampunk easy. The wax, you want to know the colours, Michelle? Because I know you love this stuff. So I'm using Firebird, copper, and blushed iron. Rich copper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have to do an odd number, so let's do this guy. Let's put silver and copper on this fella. And I love it when my finger captures the two together, and it just, yeah, just works really good together. Prima, yep. Prima. Oh, thanks, babe. Drinky time. Oh. So yeah, so these have got all 3 colours together. So they got that nice difference in shimmer, which will complement our image, hopefully beautifully. All right, let's pop them away off to the side. Now, clean my fingers. Still don't know what to do with those clocks. See if we even need them yet. Might start to play back in the art journal now that we've got some elements ready. They really do blend really nicely together. They're really, really nice. I am addicted. I like the metallics more than I like the mattes, but I'm not fussy. You give me one and I will graciously accept. All right. Let's just pop them over to the side. Grab our art journal carefully. Okay. This is the most pretty steampunk I think I've ever done. Does it still classify as steampunk? Yeah, of course it does. They do last forever. I've had mine for quite a long time, and there's only a couple that I'm really needing to think about replacing. I think more than anything they shrink a little bit, so just in the little pot, and I think that's why she's releasing them in little tubes instead. So now I'm just using what's left on my blending tool, and I'm just inking up the edges again to add that bit more of that grungy look and take away any white that I may have left. They don't really need it. They've got plenty on them already. But these ones here, they have got lots of white. So we're just going to grunge them up. I did, Jason. I know. And some awesome stencils and some more goodies that we just will have to have. Which is very cool. And little flower. No, you definitely didn't imagine it. Definitely happening. It's very exciting. Okay, so it's just the clocks that I'm not sure about. Probably shouldn't have done that over there. Okay, now I do want to just colour in her shoulder here, which this will test me. Pencil. See what happens. Might wait on that. All right. I know what I want to do. I'm going to grab some of the cog stamps that I've got here. So these are from Stamperia, and there's 3 cute little cogs in this that I want to use. Actually, in this one, there's this too. Here we go. Got an idea. So I've just grabbed some embossing powder, and I'm going to just emboss some of these little stamps on around my border. So instead of having all black stamps, I'm now going to put some gold emboss. So I'm just going to clear some space so that I can then get my gear out and I don't put it all over everything. How do I keep my page so flat? It probably isn't really all that flat. It's curled around my edges a little bit. I don't know. I haven't added a lot of water on this particular project, so it's not really curling too much, but this side's curled more I think because this is quite a heavy cardstock sitting on top, it's not making my pages curl too much. So that allows it to sit a bit flatter. I hope that is what you meant. No, heat embossing never gets old, and I really like it, especially in art journals. Really, really like it. So I actually think this is what I'm going to do in this corner instead. I am going to create a little cluster on her shoulder because I don't trust my paint judgment, which will take away that edge, hopefully. So these are cute little cogs, and they actually stamp beautifully. You won't be able to probably see it on here until I add the heat to the embossing. Now, where else can I reckon over here. So I'm just overlapping them ever so slightly. Okay, let's put a little bit of emboss on these. Oh, this is a new one. Just give that to my offsider for a minute while he opens that, and I'll just keep stamping some some of these. I forgot that one was a new one. Emerald Creek embossing powders. Let me just read that. You could be right, Karen. This one is a fairly new art journal, so it's probably that. Okay, just going to sprinkle just a little bit in each section. Thank you. And then I'm carefully going to... I didn't plan that very well. Oh well. Get those? Yes. Yep. Okay. Let's heat set them so we can see the shine. There it goes. Pretty. So I love making a mess with embossing. So you can see how nice and shiny they are. So that worked pretty well. I think I might just do a little bit more over to the side, just at the top here, just a small, another little 3 I reckon. Then when we do a cluster here, it will have that nice little pop of gold at the edge. It is like magic. I love it. Usually I'm very neat when it comes to my embossing. I usually do one section at a time like I'm about to do now, and it's way easier to collect like that. Let me just clear up this mess. There we are. No more messy moo. And while I've got it, I'm going to do a little one here. Actually, I'm going to just change it up. I've got this cool clock one, and I'm just going to use some of it. Not all of it, just some of it. And that is going to go over here. Beautiful. And I'm going to do the same. Let's just cover this first. And over here. Okay. It's just started really raining here. You can hear it. Okay, that's a bit cool. Now I am going to pack my mess up because I have a lot of stuff on my table. Tap it in. Before I knock that over, I'll put the lid on that, and now I am going to set it. So I usually like to wave the heat gun over it all first, and then it makes the heat set a lot quicker. It's like it gives it a little shock. Go away from it, heat the rest, and then it's like it just sets real fast. And I love that it actually caught some of the black stamp that we'd done earlier. That's very cool. Just make sure it's all set. Beautiful. Oh, look at it shimmer. Pretty. I like it. All right. Oh, that's delicious. Ooh. Oops, missed the bin. All right. I just realised I have forgotten something that I had prepared earlier. So I cut these little dies out that I wanted to use tonight as well. So I'm just going to quickly colour them and then I can do my composition. Okay. Very quickly. This one, and this one. And I'm going to do again in the same colours that we were using earlier. This is, I think, where my scrapbooking habits kick in too, because I like to make my elements and then put it all together. So hopefully it's not too boring for you to watch. Okay, so this one's I'm going to go green. Again, these are cut on some leftover scrap paper. Yes, for anyone that's just joined us, not far from putting all our elements together, one hopes. We're using a lot of different elements in this as well, which is fun. Oh, thanks, Jamie. I don't know if everyone wants to be in my brain and see my creative process. It'd be a little scary. Muddy that one up a little bit, which is cool. It's fun playing with the colour and just making it all. And as you can see, I'm not very pedantic about it. If anyone would like to see some of my creative processes, I am on YouTube. I don't know if I can get the link ninja to pop up my YouTube. I've got lots of tutorials from over the years on there. Some are quite old, and you can see the different styles that I work in. So yeah, it's a bit of fun, and it's awesome to be on a team like this too, to get lots of support. All the girls here support each other, which has been fantastic fun. So big shout out to all you wonderful girls, and everyone that's watching too. You're all wonderful as well. Alrighty, I'm not going to worry about those. I'm going to just use these. They are way too uncoloured for me, so I'm going to just give them a quick heat blast and go over them with the vintage photo. Thanks, Vicky. Thank you. Ah, that's better. Some brown. Who'd have thought brown would be so nice? Oh, it's a bit wet still. It's tearing. That's all right. We'll make that work. Okay. Let's scrunch that up a little more. Don't suppose the cog stamps. No, they're not new, but you can still, they're still very available. So they're Stamperia. I'll just tell you what one they are. What stamp? They are from the Sir Vagabond collection. So it's just those three in there, but you get all those awesome other elements. There's relief in my voice because normally I use stuff and I'm not sure if it's still available or not. It's like, where did I get them from? Now, I'm going to just stamp on these with the little cog. There. That looks grungier. Much better. Oh, do you? Awesome. There you go. It is a very cool set of stamps. I only just recently went through all my stamps and put them into new containers and stuff so that I actually could remember what I had. Because it's like that. We buy them and then we forget about them. Okay. Now, I'll make that one my first visual so I can work out what I'm going to use. maybe if we spin it around, so where it's broken, we can hide. So this is like the thoughts in her head. They don't stick at all, Michelle. Nah. I find that too. This is where you'll really get to watch my thought process. I think I want this right on top. Start again. All right. Sorry, I'm just getting some thought processes going here. See where I can... Okay. I think I like those there. I think I'm going to just stick them down. All right. Don't doubt yourself. Just stick it down. Now, I've got a new glue, so hopefully it doesn't ooze everywhere. I'll just put it in a couple of spots. If you do want to use the big stamps, I just use my stamping block for it. I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue in the center because I like to tuck, so that way I can still layer without having to put too much dimension. It's weird using flowers. But it's kind of cool at the same time. Cool. Now this little one that's broken here. I'm going to just lift that one up. Stick that one down there like that. So I'm only just touching little parts of these really finer die cuts just because they are very fine. Now, grab some of my chippies before I put all my papers on. Don't know if I'm going to use all of these. These will start filling up little pockets. Sometimes I try not to think too much about where it's going to go, and then finally it starts to take a little bit more shape. Which is cool. So I apologize if I'm not really talking just at the minute. My brain is in think mode. So this one here, I can already tell I'm going to have to add a little bit of foam tape. I don't want much dimension because we're in an art journal, but I need a little bit of dimension just so that I can at least tuck things under. Okay, so that went about there. Now, this big wing, I don't mind if things overflow my pages either, so even though the book's shut, you can have little bits poking out. They always like, it's almost like a little reference guide for me. And I think it's concentration. You can hear it ticking, can't you? I don't think we'll need that one. I think I like the larger one. Although you can see more clock. Maybe I will go this one. It can sit right on the edge there like that. Okay, put one there, but I think I like this cog. Yeah, go the bigger one. Yeah, I still think I need the bigger wing. It's a big wing. Yep. It's got a slightly different vibe, but I'm kind of liking it with all the cogs and stuff. And if we stick that guy in on a bit of an angle, that's pretty cool too. Let's pop this guy in. Go in the large one? Alright, awesome. Alrighty. Let's pop this one down. So, he was about there. And I reckon that was about there. Yes, I think you're right. I think they do get a bit lost in the cogs. We've got our Dragonfly too, but I reckon I'm going to save a couple of cogs and Dragonfly for over the other side. Oh, my fingers are stuck. Let's just move my book over a minute. Let's see what we can do here. Because that little space there is just bothering me a smidge. Sorry, I want to talk lots, but my brain is thinking. So funny. Ooh, they just went flying. Maybe something like that. And the wing over here. I think before I do that, I'm going to just put the lid on this. I am just going to grab my black pen and just draw over some of these lines, just so that they have got that bit of definition coming through. Now that there's lots of layers, it just gets lost just a little bit. Oh, gone a bit wonky. That's a bit better. Just brightens them up a little bit. Yep. Okay. Now, where'd my big wing go? Here he is. So I think if he sits there, that'll work nice. Okay. I'm going to pop him just there so I can still see the cogs. Hold that down there for a sec. Alrighty. That's looking nice. And that's taken nicely around her hair there as well, which is awesome. Cool. Alright, let's tackle our little dragonfly over this side. Still not 100% sure where I want him to sit. I like him up here, I think. But then it's sort of in the same area as her, so it may have to come down and I could put the quote there. I think just stick it. Just do it. Stop thinking about it. I can hear an owl. That's a bit cool. And now I can hear a dog. They must be talking to each other. Alright, let's just draw on this little flower. Just so that he's a little bit darker around the edges. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. Yeah, I like doing steampunk on canvases because you can really layer it up. Absolutely. But it's kind of fun to try to use a little bit less dimension in an art journal. It's always a challenge for me. Cute. Should he be at an angle? Yeah. More of an angle. Yeah. Let's do that. Just hold it down for a minute. Alrighty. Out of all that, I've got 2 left. I did well. I'm sure I could find somewhere to tuck them. And 1 wing. So I've got something for next time. That's pretty cool. Use them on another one. Alright, I think I'm just going to add a couple more little black cog stamps. Just a couple, not too many. And I'll just do a little cluster of them, as well as taking it off the page, just to extend that look. I do love these stamps, and they stamp super clear. Okay, and we'll pop one up here. There's always something I think, oh, it needs this and it needs this. Thanks, Annette. Have an awesome night. Thanks for coming along, supporting. Got to think now, thinking what's it needing, what have I got left. I know what I want to do. I want to grab another stamp, because when I steampunk I need lots of stamps. I really like that I have been very good, and I have left that very white, so we'll come back to that in a minute. I want a couple of where's she gone? Numbers. Need some numbers. Is anyone else playing along tonight? I should have asked that, shouldn't I? Creating your own amazingness. Oh, I love this stamp. It's cool. Yes, it needed some numbers. Lots of 42s. I like that I can see the number on her as well. That's cool. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's leave that there. Oopsies. I just numbered myself. Okay. Step away from the stamp hammer. That's enough. But I like it. Let's pack those up too. Okay, I'm just going to very, very carefully just draw a faint black line around our lady, who has been super chill the whole time. She's just totally digging it tonight. So she doesn't need to have a lot of colour on her. I want her to be dark. So I'm not adding any colour to the actual face. And that just helps lift this off the page a little bit. Cool. And it's still not too full on with the distressing, the, what do you call it, layering. Might just go through those cogs like that, but not there because I want that to fade out, so that's cool. Yeah, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Quote. We're up to a quote. So, I'm going to use a quote from my Steampunk pack called Revolution. Oh, hang on. I did have one on this one too. Maybe I could use. Might use a couple. I like this one. Even though it's a heart one. I think that one's cool. So I'm going to use my darling, only you understand the inner workings of my heart. Yes. There's so many quotes out there. Whoop. Because she's quite calm, it's like she's pondering this sort of a thought anyway. But my dilemma is the size of it. My darling, only you understand. Bing. Alrighty, so I'm just going to grunge these up a little bit with just some of the remainder of the ink on this blending tool. Ooh. Yes, she is from the Shadows pack. She's very, very nice. She's actually very calming to play with, actually. So I am just going to actually, because I've got a little bit of dimension on my page, I'm going to foam tape my quotes up. Because why not? Well, that wasn't done very well. We got enough though. It all tore to pieces. Too sticky. Okay. Get my fingers working. Now, I think this one is going to go up here. Just want to make sure it's straight, as I have a bit of a tendency to make a crooked, but you know, crooked's cool. That one's cool, liking that. Now, my other quote was on another sheet of paper. Which is this one. I'll just cut it out roughly first. Hopefully I can cut straight. Okay, and I'm going to pop this one down here. Oh, thanks, Tanya. And these ones are going to sit flat. So I'll just give them a smidge of glue. I probably really should use a little bit of gel medium. But that's all right. I've got the glue out already, so that'll do. Cool. So I'll just let them dry for a minute, then I can go around them while I clear some of my mess up. So was anyone scrapping tonight? You're all just happy chilling? I mean, why not? It is Saturday night. I think this page is almost there. So that's pretty cool. Used a lot of product. Just seems to never end. So I was using frayed burlap. Cutting flowers. That sounds nice. That's relaxing. So once that's dry, I will, which will be just a minute, I'll just go around them with a pen. I always keep looking at it just thinking, I wonder what else I could do. But sometimes I think maybe less is better. Fussy cutting. Oh, awesome. Although we look forward to seeing that. That'll be awesome, Donna. That'll be so cool. Look forward to seeing that. Yeah, I love the monochrome idea. Such an awesome concept. I haven't played with mono for a while. Right, now I've cleared a little bit of space. Oops. Boom. I am going to draw around those edges. Just roughly. Very, very roughly. I think this is the bit that I love. That in art journaling you can really just, you don't have to have that perfect straight line or the neatness that you're always after. It's a bit, in that sense, it's a lot more freeing, which is so good. I think a little thin line around the border. Should tie it all together as well. Whoops, off the page. Again, don't need straight lines. Who needs a straight line? I don't. You can see where it's a little bit waxier. The pen doesn't want to grab there. Yep. There we go. It's a bit of a border. We're almost done. That's a bit sad. It's almost finished. I'm going to add a couple of little splashes of ink now. Well, not ink. I'm going to use the crayons again. They've been my friend the whole way through. So I'm going to just add a couple of colours in the orange and the green, because they have been our friends today. And a good paintbrush to splash. I have my favourite brush that I always use for splashing. It's just got the right sized head on it. So just activate that. Now, because this is pre-gessoed, the splats will spread a little bit, which is what's really fun about gessoing beforehand, because it will activate and it will move, so it adds that kind of watercolor effect. What kind of pen? I was just using a Uniball gel, just in the black, an Impact. That seems to work pretty well on nearly every medium, actually. I've been pretty impressed. So I just want little light flicks. I don't want to spoil all that white space, so I just want to add just a little bit. And I'll just splash just a little bit on her neck, just to add that little bit of colour through. And then I'll do the same in the green. I might just need to intensify the green just a little bit. Asgard, that's what that was reminding me of. That or Asterix and Obelix. That's funny. Beautiful. So I'm just moving my brush around as I've grabbed the colour, so that it's not all, the direction isn't all in one hit. There we go. I think it needs one other colour. I'll just let that dry a little bit. It shouldn't take too long. Whoop. So you can see that they just spread just a little bit, but they're kind of really cool because they still got that extra little, all the little lines. Once it hits, it looks like a good splash, and then it has all the little frayed edges around it, which is fun. I'm going to grab my favourite ink spray. I'm going to grab the ground coffee. Got my hands. And I'm going to use this really minimal. So I've just dipped my brush into my ink, and I just want to tap just a couple of locations. and then leave it. And that's it. Finished. Take a deep breath, everyone. We did it. So I'll take these out so you can see it without the white. So that, even though the paint that I've just flicked is still a little bit wet, that is our lady done. She's quite stunning sitting there, really. I might go over some of these feathers in some gold pen while I'm waiting for my paint to dry. I haven't flicked on there, so I can add a little bit of gold pen work. Again, this one here is another gel in the metallics. So just go over some of the feathers with this, which will just add some nice little highlights. But I don't want to add too much white or anything because we want it still to be kind of dark and steampunky. Yeah, I like the gold on the feathers here. That's nice. So I've only just gone in quite roughly, but it just adds just that little bit of depth to the wings. Yep, this is an 8x8, this one. This is the Dilutions 8x8 art journal. Yep. That's our art journal done. So I think it's all done. The ink was a Dilutions as well, Judy. It was the ground coffee in Dilutions. So yeah, that is. I think I've used all the products I possibly could. I'm sure there was more. So yeah, so you can see there's lots of shine, lots of embossing going on, lots of stamping. You can see the splash ink is just starting to dry now, and it's got those cool splashes. And then we've got our nice little collage composition with the wax, shine, and then down the bottom again. That's it. All done. Thank you everyone for having me and watching and being a part of tonight. It's been lots of fun. Thank you everyone. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. I'm glad an art journal page worked out. Which is awesome. And we got to play with different stuff. So, yes, thank you very much. Just quickly, I wanted to just let you know too that on Monday there'll be another Monday Mojo. So look out for that here in the Creative Warriors. And there'll be a new release that Michelle will have for August, a new challenge as well. We always love the challenges. So that will be coming out very, very soon because August is only tomorrow. So we'll have that as well to look forward to. So thank you everyone, and I look forward to seeing you all again, and appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening and stay safe everyone, and enjoy lockdown as much as you possibly can. I know it's hard. Thanks everyone. We'll catch you soon. See ya.